Welcome back. It's not often you get a chance to interview not one, but two living legends. We have the opportunity to do that today, and we're glad you're here. And we hope our next guests make an impression on you. Actually, we hope they'll make two impressions on you. We have the impressions here in the studio with us, Fred Cash and Sam Gooden. Fred, Sam,
thank you,
morning
Chip.
to you both.
Pleasure.
You guys have been on the music scene for decades now. I mean, a long time, but yet you're still going almost as strong as ever. How do you do it?
Plenty of rest and a lot of luck. A lot of luck.
A lot of prayers and blessings.
Absolutely. Your career has indeed been blessed. It's been said frequently that you guys essentially did the soundtrack of the civil rights movement going back to the 60s. And you were there even before then, back when music was a lot more segregated. You guys came along and made your career as the Impressions as certainly a rough time in America, but with the help of your music and your art, a lot of folks have just seamlessly come together, and that's got to be certainly a memory for you that is hard to replace.
It is. You know, you look at it sometime when you look back during the years back there when you couldn't stay at the larger hotel. Where did you stay? And that's what a lot of people would want to know. Where did you stay? Well, you stayed at boarding houses and mostly all black hotels,
right, where
you could find it. But I remember once we had just did a show at Jackson College in Jackson, Mississippi, and we had a day off the next day, and we was tired, and we looked across to the expressway, and there was a Holiday Inn over there, and we went past that thing about 5 times. And Curtis said, let's go over there. And I said, well, you're not going to let us in there. So we finally made up our mind to stop in there. And I said, but I am not going in. And Fred said, I'm not going in. Curtis said, well, I'll go in. And he went in, and he turned around and looked at us sitting in the car, and he had this big grin on his face.
Right.
And he would motion us in, and the people were so wonderful. And we started staying at the Holiday Inn ever since then.
You guys have been performing with some artists that were influenced by your music when you were first getting started, like Eric Clapton. Tell us about your recent Eric Clapton run-in.
We had met Eric out in California. We did the memorial for Curtis,
right,
after he had passed away. We all standing out on the church yard, just kind of mingling and talking. And Eric came up and he said, would y'all like to do a song with me? You know, he was recording his album. We said, yeah, because we had already sang at the memorial, I've Been Trying, together. And we said, yeah. He called, and I didn't really think he was going to call.
Right.
But about 4 or 5 weeks later, he called and said, hey, are y'all still interested in doing that album with me? So yeah.
Wow. Yeah. What was it like to work with him? I know he was certainly in awe of you guys. What was it like to work with
He was a jewel of a man.
I tell you.
I mean, man, everything that we thought we needed, it was there for us, you know. And he flew us over in business, a class, and it was just everything. He couldn't do enough to make us comfortable.
And it surprised me when he told us that we was his idol. And
wow.
it blew my mind, because how can we be your idol, man? And you've been doing this stuff, and look how big you are in this business.
Someone like Eric Clapton considers you to be his musical idol. You have influenced tons of musicians throughout the years, obviously. Who were some of your influences when you guys were first getting together on the street corner and trying your harmonies out?
Hank Ballard and the Midnighters,
right?
Ray Charles, you know. It was just a whole bunch of groups that was singing back during that time that we tried to emulate, you know. And these guys, especially Ray, he had a great influence on our.
You guys have performed with dozens, if not hundreds, of artists over the years. Is there anyone that absolutely sticks out in your mind other than Curtis Mayfield?
Jackie Wilson, James Brown.
Wow.
You name it. These guys, man, we was on the show in Chicago. And man, what a show. What a show. They started battling between themselves, James Brown and Jackie Wilson, you know. That was a show within itself.
I can only imagine. Guys, we're going to have to take a quick time out. We have more from the Impressions coming up here in just a minute. We have much more coming up with Fred Cash and Sam Gooden, the legendary Rock and Roll Hall of Famers, the Impressions. Keep it here on News 12.
All through the